Yeah. Regenerated. All of this is regenerated. This has happened before. It's happening now. All right. Nothing has changed. It's the same dynamic.
Hey, when anybody want to get Romans 11 and are you 11 and 1?
Romans chapter 11, verse 1.
No way!
Go ahead and give us some context to that, by the way. Not to go ahead.
That this and Acts 5 and 30. Because really, we're going through all this judgment because our people don't want to take heed to the Lord. You know, so we're naming all these curses that the Lord have brought upon us, which is a punishment, so that way we can learn from it. The Lord don't just punish you for no reason. We brought this upon ourselves for committing adultery. You know, that's why you got all these things that go on. Our people killing each other. You got women committing abortions. Our people committing adultery, shaving their beards, all these things. But you get to it. But you know, matter of fact, yeah. What's that? What you mean?
This is Ecclesiastes.
This is going.
Oh.
Yeah, the thing about how everything's regenerated,
Oh, you getting into me?
Well, I was going to just read this scripture.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't want to switch topics.
This
It's yeah. Okay, you say you wanted Romans 11. What now? I have it already. Come on. This is Romans chapter 11 verse 1. I say then, hath the Lord cast away his people? God forbid.
Right,
Or
so the
Yahawah
Lord,
forbid.
yeah. I mean, that's verbatim, it's alright.
Come.
So basically, the Lord has not cast us away. We're still here. You know, we're still here. But it's all a judgment. It's all a working process, because the Lord, at the end of every generation or every kingdom, the Lord sent prophets and disciples.
Now you can read that scripture.
Prophets and disciples to go wake up the elect, to wake up his people and blow the trumpet, sound an alarm, and show my people their transgression.
Right.
Before what? Before judgment comes.
And this is a cycle that is perpetuated even to this day. It's been done in the past, it's being done now. Look at what you're seeing up here. Brothers preaching the word. Go ahead and get that in Ecclesiastes.
is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9.
Come on.
It said, the thing that have been is that which shall be.
That's right.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
That's it.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
Come. There's no new thing under the sun. Continue.
It says, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new, it hath been already of old times, which was before us.
Exactly. If the fact that we're here prophesying, is this new? No, it's not. We've been doing it in our past lives, okay? We were people in our past lives that was sealed with the truth and was pushing the word in our time. And now we're back here again in the reincarnation doing the same exact thing.
The Lord said, before I knew thee, I formed thee.
I formed thee. Before thou were formed in the belly, I knew thee. Exactly. And sanctified thee. And the word, and it's funny that that's just in Ecclesiastes, because the word Ecclesiastes comes from the word ecclesia, which means to call out. Okay? So that's what we're doing. We're calling out. And was calling out throughout the generations. Alright? We're in the final leg of the new Roman Empire. Right now, calling out. We're in the time of Revelations, in the time where this kingdom is about to see its fall. And what are we doing? The same thing we were doing in all these other different captivities. Telling our people to wake up and come back to their power. All right? Yo, guys.
Brothers can get a Joel 1, Joel 2 and 1.
Did you want some more in Romans 11, or that was it?
No, that was the point. That was the key point. Yeah.
Joel 2 and 1. It said, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
So the day of the Lord is coming. You can clearly see that by whether you believe it or not. whether you believe the scriptures, you don't want to take heed. Just look at the prophecies that's happening, man. Just look at the current events that's going on. That's why the scripture said.
No, I was gonna say like there's a scripture that says that spirits that be created for vengeance. Like I was just thinking about this. Remember that shooting at the Florida?
Yeah, that's very
yeah. I believe that's set up, man.
Yeah,
That shit's all staged.
Yep.
It's all fear tactics. But it said blow ye the trumpet. Because back then you had men on high towers that were called watchmen. And they would see the army come. And when the army comes, they'll blow an alarm, trumpet, saying, yo, we gotta get out of here. The army's coming. You gotta get ready. Put your gear on and let's go.
That's right.
If not, you're gonna be destroyed. So you gotta warn the people, like, look, the army's over there. You cannot see. And a lot of people just like, hey, well, look, I'm going to the blind spot. Like, you know what I mean? So that's a curse. Even to be blinded. The Lord set a deep sleep upon our people. But it's only for an elect. That's why, if you get Matthew 24 and 37, start at 36.
Matthew 24 and 36. Con, I got you.
The water.
Con. I ain't flying my bitch. Matthew chapter 34 and verse 24. All right, fine. I'm in 27. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 6.
No, start at 36.
36. Oh, all right. Yeah, get it.
It said, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven.
So nobody knows the day that's coming. Not even the angels, not even Yahawashi.
You should have read up above. Con.
Alright, so
That was beautiful. You should have read up above. Actually, read up above, actually. What was that? Yeah, read up above. Yeah.
So Matthew chapter 24, verse 35, it says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Hold up. Heaven and earth shall pass away. What is that heaven and earth talking about? That's not talking about the actual earth being blown up by some type of meteor or something like that. No, it's talking about the present rulership. Read that again.
Well, I don't want to seem like I'm, but the earth, it is talking about this earth, but the heaven is meaning that rulership. So the brother got it really, the heaven, because heaven just means rulership.
That's all.
And it's talking about the white man's heaven. Because Joel said the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the white man's heaven is where is it at right now? On this earth.
On the earth.
But the Lord is going to cleanse that.
Yep.
First, and then, matter of fact, the scripture's going to get you to that.
Exactly. Continue. Go ahead.
It said, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Right. So no man is going to know when that time is going to come, where this rulership is going to pass away. Once again, it's not talking about the earth being totally destroyed and uninhabitable. The scriptures say that one generation cometh and another generation passeth, but the earth shall abide forever. The earth ain't going nowhere. It's the rulership that has to come down. That's what it's talking about here. And then furthermore, no man knoweth the day nor the time. This is why, and really and truly, just to get in, really get into it, this was why the devil was given power over the times, over the earth, so to speak, to be able to tell people, well, listen, this is the date, this is the month, this is the year, because really and truly, the way we look at time right now is not the way we're supposed to do it. The moons actually represent the month, okay?
But the next precept, that's the point I wanted to get into.
Yeah, actually get that next precept, bro.
It said 37, it said, but as the day of Noah, where so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So at the days of Noah, where so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So that's going into history of how when Noah prophesied by himself for about 130 years, approximately, and he was crying out to our people about the things to come. He was saying that the Lord is going to end the world with flood. But our people didn't take heed to it because, they didn't, back then it never there was no rain. The atmosphere had enough water to sustain the plants. Like when you wake up in the morning, like you see the grass is all wet, you know?
Yeah,
'Cause that's
there was
part
a
of the
mist.
heavens.
There was a mist in the earth. Yeah, the scriptures talk about there was a mist in the earth. That was the dew.
Right, the
Yeah.
truth, yeah. So it didn't need a rain. But back then they never saw like actual water like it is now, snow and everything. It wasn't like that. So they didn't believe Noah.
Right.
They're like, yo, you bugged out. Like, what are you talking about? Water? That's how the people's telling us. Now when we say that flood is gonna be hit, well, this is gonna be by fire though, by the missiles.
And it's
By the
gonna-
thermonuclear missiles. That's why in the scriptures it refers to America as the virgin daughter. Now the virgin daughter, it's a virgin never been touched. Now America never really been touched by any, nuclear bomb or, something severe.
marching up and down, right?
So that's why people's like, America's the great nation. America's that talent. Like who's gonna touch us?
And then
That's the pride. That's the pride within Esau.
and like the brother was bringing out too, right? Because that was spiritual that you said this, by the way. The brother said, it's gonna like we brought out in the scripture, it will be just as the days of Noah. Now he said back in the days of Noah, yeah, everybody was saying, oh, you bugged out, man, you don't know what you're talking about. But that was set up in the spirit. Go ahead and bring that scripture out.
Well, because only 8 people were saved, so it wasn't.
That
meant
was
for all-
exactly, it was set up in the spirit. You can go into that scripture real quick. Yeah, where it said,
No, there was more meat on that.
actually, get all that meat off that bone first. Yeah, slop it.
It
says- It's verse Matthew chapter 24, verse 38. It says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking,
Yep.
marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
They were so into partying. Look, the Super Bowl is past. Our people are not worried about, what's going on in the Middle East right now.
Nope.
They're not worried about the bills that's being passed by Trump. They're so asleep
They're not worried
You know,
about the
until-
government shutdown.
until the government takes all the benefits away.
Done.
Then our people is going to start rioting and bringing bringing forth all this chaos.
Civil unrest.
But right now, is representing as the days of Noah were to now, because our people are doing the same things as we tell them. Look, martial law is coming. If you don't get right, the Lord is going to give you that judgment that you don't want to take. You're gonna be forced into concentration camps. There's going to be cannibalism. They're going to take away your food stamps, your welfare, your Section 8.
Government shut down.
All right? And then what you going to do? How much pride you going to have then when that comes? But the only way to be saved by that is coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments, repenting to the Most High, and doing the will.
And that
You
olive,
got to believe though.
and that olive branch is only extended to the elect. That olive branch is only extended to the elect. Those are the only ones that are given that olive branch, man. And only the elect are going to grab hold of it, which is why I said, like we've all been explaining, it's set up in the spirit for y'all to not get it. It's set up in the spirit for y'all not to pay attention to the concentration camp that's being built right underneath your noses. It's set up in the spirit that y'all is not y'all not worried about the coming collapse of the economy. It's set up in the spirit that y'all not really conscious of the fact that your government is conspiring to shoot you down and kick you out your houses and repossess your land. All right, for the sake of this so-called new world order. All right, you're not concerned about
The
that.
mark of the beast.
Yeah, you're not concerned about the mark of the beast. You feel what I'm saying? So that's set up in the spirit. That's why I wanted you to go back to that scripture, by the way. Was there more on that? Continue on.
It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
And you not until the flood came, okay? That's why y'all continuing in that zombified state, because the Most High don't want you to get it.
It said, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Exactly. Just like it was in the days of Noah. Okay? Everybody was eating and drinking, giving into marriage, taking into marriage, okay? Everybody was committing all kind of fornication and adultery and all this other dumb thing. Everybody's over here worshiping golden calves and worshiping golden this and bronze that. worshiping their silver, they gold.
It's spiritual that you just said that because the Olympics is happening.
Yeah, okay.
That's crazy.
That same situation make the ears of this people heavy.
And they all.
Oh, that's in Pyongyang. That's in South Korea.
Oh, that's in Korea?
Yeah, that's Korea. South Korea. Correct.
He said he mentioned the silver, the gold, the bronze.
Yeah.
The Olympics is happening. Everybody's all focused on that.
Right. Which the Olympics is an old Greek custom that goes all the way back to them gladiator sports. You know what I'm saying? Continue up.
It says Isaiah 6 and 9. It says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not.
You're not going to get it. That's basically what he's saying. Continue.
It says, make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy.
That's right.
And shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert.
There you go.
Heal.
Time. And like we said earlier, we're going to have to continue down. Yeah, like we said, that's what all this stuff is for. Continue down. Yeah, trust it. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
It said, then said I, Lord, how long?
Now, so, okay, how long are we going to be out here telling these people this? How long are these people going to be out here not getting it? How long are their hearts going to be heavy? How long are their ears going to be closed? Their eyes going to be closed? Continue, huh?
It says, and he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses without men.
You hear that?
And the land be utterly desolate.
And the land be utterly. So they're going to continue on and continue on and continue on until the Lord destroy this place. Okay? They're never going to get it. The Lord wants them destroyed. Read that again.
It says, how long? It said, I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses without men,
right,
and the land be utterly desolate.
So right there, that lets you know, right, that the Lord never wants the 2/3 to get it. He never wants the heathen to get it. That's for damn sure, because this word is not for the heathen. Okay? And then furthermore, just to quote what the apostle Gabar said in one video, it's impossible for an Edomite to be a so-called Christian. I mean, to be a true Christian, to be a Hamashiach. Okay? You see what I'm saying? An anointed. There was an account in the scriptures where an Edomite actually said, you almost convinced me to be a Christian. Alright? Hamashiach. But it can't happen because he's adverse to the Most High in every way. He's adverse to the scriptures in every way. He's adverse to us as a people in every way. He was created to be our enemy. In fact, he was created to be the sword of the Most High. All right? So all you 2/3, listen to what that scripture said. It said, how long? Until.
Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and the houses without men, and the land be utterly desolate.
And so there you go. Your destiny is to be destroyed. You 2/3, you heathens, and especially the so-called white man. But here's the kicker, right? You 2/3 are gonna come back in your right minds. Everybody's gonna come back in their right minds, but you 2/3 are gonna come back into this word. And all these other heathens, especially Esau, when they come back, they're gonna be under us. All right? Y'all got something?
I got something. This is Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. I would not meet slaughter, and I will not meet thee as a man.
That's Yahawashi speaking. That was beautiful.
It said, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen.
And you're seeing the shame of America right now. You're seeing their nakedness right now. All these different things that they're doing, all this debauchery, all of this ill-mannered behavior. It's okay to be. You actually have a thing on YouTube where they're trying to teach children that it's okay to be homosexual. They're encouraging children to be homosexual.
In schools and shit.
Good.
They got transgender in schools actually reading books to them. You have little girls in schools. Not even elementary. Probably like what? Kindergarten.
Kindergarten, yeah, as early as
You
that.
have little boys and little girls saying, I want to be a boy. I want to be a girl. That's, matter of fact, get me Proverbs 82. Psalms 82. Shalaki. Because you got to see that this is a modern day Babylon. Babel. You know, land of confusion. That's what Babel means. You got confusion everywhere. You got people that don't know who the hell they are. You got all types of genders. How you got categories of 12 different genders? Does that even, like, that doesn't even sound, matter of fact, it's absolutely, there's no, how is that even logical? You had, and matter of fact, you had, what, before this, the time during the 50s and the 60s, late 50s, early 60s, back then they would consider being gay as a mental illness. Now you could be an alien if you want.
You can
You got
identify.
people that actually believe that they're dogs.
You can identify. Yeah, God.
But that's showing you that this is the land of confusion. There's abomination everywhere. You know what I mean? You got reality shows of just rich people being rich for what? You know, off of lust, off of boredom. This place is just built on witchcraft, sorcery. Alright? It's all over the place. That's what the scriptures say, broad leading to destruction.
Broad is the way.
Broad is the way to what? Destruction, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah,
but narrow. You know, we gotta be in that straight pathway.
Enter ye into the street.
Alright? So that way, like tunnel vision. You gotta have that tunnel vision. You know what I mean? So you could be focused. You gotta be focused in the scriptures. Because if Satan would definitely catch you in all his devices. Satan is very crafty.
May I ask you a question?
What's up?
If you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Like, I don't think once I've ever thought in my mind, just consciously, I've never thought like, oh well, of the white race, or I would think I'm a member of the human race. And I don't advocate or approve of division in the sense of I feel that each man is my equal, and we're on the earth together, and we're fighting for the same battle. For us to live in harmony and in peace the way God intended.
Well,
I get what you mean. Living in peace.
I can't think of any other example other than throwing it like, for I think it was about 2.5 years, I dated a black woman. I remember walking down the street and people, you guys aren't on this kind of page at all, not that I've ever heard, but, a guy was reading scripture or whatever, and we were walking by, we had an appointment, and he was screaming at me that I shouldn't be with her and her that she shouldn't be with me. And the entire foundation of our history is built on love.
Okay, I see what you mean. So you're going to the spirit. Let me ask you something. Come here real quick. Are you part of this nation? Is your ethnicity on this chart right here?
Well, to me, there's no, well, part of it is,
there's a reason why.
My father, yeah, I'm sure you're asking a question with a purpose.
Well, you should say Sabbath.
Yeah, Black Sabbath.
That's good.
Greatest band ever. But anyway, in mind. But if anything, American Indian, my father had that in his bloodline. But other than that, I don't see anything in particular. No.
The reason why I asked because you said, you want to live in peace and harmony, right?
I just don't have hatred for other people.
Here's the thing. The Lord, you believe in the higher power, right? He's going to come back and going to bring judgment upon this place.
I agree.
So that, he could refresh it. Then everything will be back into its proper estate. You know what I mean?
You got to see.
And the Lord specified on certain people that he couldn't save. Whether, that's what the scriptures,
and just because I agree with you, like, just because a person is living or thinks they are living in a proper way, most likely they are not. As human beings, it's in our nature not to look at our own faults. So
right, because we all got flaws.
We don't want to see, we want to point fingers and look in other places.
Let the scriptures speak. Yeah,
But that's why the Lord said to rehearse the righteous acts. We gotta rehearse.
I do
what
gotta
the
get back
scriptures
to
say.
it next
Bring that
episode.
up,
I'm
bring that
working,
up.
but
One scripture before you
yeah, I
go.
want to hear
Just
this.
listen
I
to
wanna
it.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. It said, when the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the
Stop right
children.
there, because you know how people would say, "Yeah, we all came from Adam." Okay, that's true for that.
But it said, the number of the children of Israel, for the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is a lot of his inheritance.
People on this tribe, man.
This is why he asked you what is your ethnicity according to this chart.
Right.
Okay, and your ethnicity is through your father, not your mom.
Right.
You're not part anything.
Right.
If your father is on this sign, that means you are of this nationality. If not, then you're just not.
Yeah, you can't be half and half.
That
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So this whole thing about living in peace and living in harmony and things of that nature, you have to filter that kind of thing through the scriptures. And according to the scriptures, there can never be harmony between Israel and the so-called white man. It's impossible.
Other nations, right?
And the other nations.
So, I don't know what to, but I got like so basically. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I can handle being wrong. If I already go by that, then that means that basically I'm already like I can't be a part of it
But that's
because
only,
of my skin.
but that's no, not your skin.
Your
That's
spirit.
only through the, thank you. That's only through the spirit. This is why we asked what we asked you. The fact that you stood there and listened to us and had a response shows that something inclined you to come into this. So according to the flesh, you may not look like you're on this sign, but according to the spirit, you might be on this sign. You see how that works? So when it comes down to harmony, you have to always put it through this perspective, not your own perspective. The scriptures say there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. This is why it is written that we're not to lean on upon our own understanding. So when we talk about peace, when we talk about living in harmony, we gotta filter that through the scriptures. You could be of this side. You could be one of these people here. And if you're go ahead.
No.
Okay. If you're on this side, guess what that means? You're going to have a serious hatred toward all people, toward all the people that had a hand in doing dirt unto this people. You see what I'm saying? Now that's human nature. And by the way, the word human literally means man of color. The word hue means color.
Well, that much, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that.
see what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Alright.
But
So,
the reason why the brother, real quick before you go, the separations of the nations between us, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is their, bastard language. Bastard names, slave names, and the other nations. There's a separation. We're still our people are in slavery, and this is what the scripture says.
This is real quick. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's a balance. The Lord is going to turn the tables when He come back. When the Lord was here on the scene in the flesh, they crucified Him. He was humble. He stood humble. It wasn't that time yet. When the Lord comes back, He's coming back in His glorious power with the chariots, who the people call UFOs. Mm-hmm. Those are really the angels, and the Lord's going to change it because we're princes of the power.
yes, it is.
Israel, meaning He in the Hebrew, Yahawah means princes of the power, the Most High.
He is a prince with God.
And that's who we are as a people. Why do you think we're so good at everything? But they use us to build their land,
Right.
and they call us what? The
They call us all kind of Bible words.
immigrants. They call us immigrants.
Yeah.
But yet, why we here? If it wasn't for us, this place would have been.
This entire nation would not exist, but for what it's done
Exactly.
on that.
But if you are part of this, just repent. Get right with the law, statutes, and commandments. We're here every Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I've gone by a few times.
So, this is what we're supposed to do, man. This place is almost out, This place is almost out of here.
And if you're of this sign, you've just been marked. All right, you've just been marked with the word, so you can enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah, all right.
I'm always one thing I always have done through my entire life. I seek knowledge.
Which
That's
is
good.
I always want to expand my mind and take in what is good and healthy.
That's good. You got
That was
it.
good.
Alright, man.
Yo, God bless you. Be safe tonight.
Absolutely.
Alright, man. Hey, he might just be a Jake.
You
Talking
wanna-
about, yo, right before he left. Like,
Hey,
you
but
just never know.
But why do you think I made the statement I made to him about him being of this people? I said, if you're on this sign, you know what that means? You're gonna have a hatred for the people that's in power right now.
Like he mentioned the skin, that's why I said the spirit.
Exactly.
It's not a carnal book. You gotta be able to discern things.